With the rain out yesterday, we thought the Toronto Blue Jays would be going out there today against the Red Sox in the finale of I guess technically it's a 2-game series right now, with Robbie Ray on the mound against Garrett Richards. The line looks great. You have a really good chance of winning this ball game. They don't. Blue Jays lose 7-4 to the Boston Red Sox and drop to 48-44 on the year. And if I look like my eyes are bloodshot, it's because I'm exhausted. I just played 2 baseball games of my own, so I am dead on my feet. But I am here for you guys to talk about yet another loss for the Toronto Blue Jays. And it seems like whenever this team gets 6 games over 500, they kind of hit a wall and they go backwards. I don't know what it is about that mark, but they just seem to find a way to go the other way. And Robbie Ray, as I mentioned, got the start today for the Toronto Blue Jays. And when you give up 3 home runs, it's not very appetizing. And in the top half of the 3rd inning, off a ringing double from Bobby Dalbec down the left field line, Kike Hernandez pulls one. And it was a line drive. I didn't think initially he was going to be out of the ballpark, but he drills it deep and gone, just over the fence in left field for a 2-run bomb, putting the Red Sox up 2-0 early. In the top of the 4th inning, Rafael Devers gets a ball over the middle of the plate, and he crushes it to dead center, and it's gone. So 2 home runs, 3 runs allowed for Robbie Ray in the first 4 innings. Not what you want to be looking for from your arguable ace of the season for Robbie Ray. Meanwhile, the offense, though, hasn't gotten anything going against Garrett Richards to this point. They got to find a way to get something going if they want to get back into this ballgame. Well, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. comes up and he crushes one to left field, and it is way gone to left center, and it puts the Jays on the board. It's now a 3-1 ball game. But as I always say, after you score a run to get back into a ball game or whatever, you want a 0 in the next half inning. Well, the Vladdy home run happened in the bottom half of the 4th inning, the top half of the 5th. Michael Chavis hits a solo bomb to get that one run right back. It's now a 4-1 Red Sox lead. Your offense does not get right back on the bat. No. You give them that 1 run right back, and you lose any momentum that you did have. But what happens then? They get that 1 run in the top half of the 5th. The Jays win the bottom half of the 5th. They don't score. So in the top half of the 6th inning, Christian Vasquez hits an RBI single. JD Martinez comes in to score. They put up a 0 in that half inning after they scored a run, got right back on their offense, and scored again. It happens so often. But the Jays just couldn't capitalize, and they couldn't keep the Red Sox down offensively today. But the Jays stayed in this ball game because in the bottom half of the 6th, George Springer takes one deep to right center field. Vladdy comes in to score on the 2-run bomb from George Springer. It's a 5-3 game. Next batter, Teoscar Hernandez. He goes deep to right center, and it's gone. The Jays are back in this one. It's a 5-4 game in the 6th. Big time. You can't get any more offense the rest of the way. In the top half of the 8th inning, Jordan Romano goes up there and gives him a home run to JD Martinez. And I don't know how the heck this guy hit this ball out of the ballpark. Not only was the ball up and around like his letters, he hit it the other way, and it somehow stayed fair and just got over the wall for a solo bomb for JD to make it a 6-4 ball game. Next batter, Hunter Renfroe. He goes deep, and it's 7-4. Jays don't get any offense the rest of the way, and you lose 7-4 to the Red Sox. Look, your starting pitcher allowed 3 home runs. Your team overall allowed 5 home runs in this game. This is not good enough. Your offense only had 5 hits and 9 strikeouts today, so they weren't any good. Your starting pitching, I love Robbie Ray. I love what he's done all year long. But 5 innings, only 5 hits allowed, but 3 of those left the ballpark. They're tough. It really is. And with the Jays lost today, they're now 8 games back of the Red Sox. The Rays won today. I don't know about Oakland, but they won yesterday. So the Jays were like 4 games back of them. If Oakland won today, they're 5 back of a wild card. And things are looking a little bit more bleak now. Not too long ago, we were talking about how this team was, 2.5 out of a wild card. You're 6 back of Boston. You're right there against Tampa. And you lose 2 against the Red Sox, and instantly things change like that. Now, the same thing can go the other way. You play Boston, after this next series against the Mets, for 4. You find out it take 3 of 4, things look a little different. But as of right now, they're not playing. They're not getting enough pitching. And we talked about it even before the season even started. The question mark, the Achilles heel, was going to be starting pitching. Now, for moments this year, it has been very good. You know, Ross Stripling had that stretch of like 6 consecutive really good outings. Steven Matz started the year really strong. Robbie Ray, for the most part, has been great all year long. Ryu had a great first 2 months, was shaky over the last couple, but his last 2 outings have been really good. You haven't got the consistently good starting pitching night in, night out, and your offense, I mean, it's not able to carry it. They're not able to carry the load. Now, I think with Garrett Richards and Mountain, the Jays should have scored more than 4. But either way, 4 runs in hindsight should win you a ball game because what is the saying, guys? Good pitching beats good hitting. And the Jays pitching staff was not good enough today. Offensively, as I mentioned, 5 hits today, 9 strikeouts. Teoscar Hernandez went 2 for 4 in the game with a run scored, the RBI on the 1 home run that he hit in that 6th inning. And then Vladdy went 1 for 2 in the ball game, scored 2 runs, had an RBI, the home run, and he walked twice. So a good day in the office for Vladdy, but not much else for the rest of the squad. And as I mentioned, let's get to the pitching staff. Robbie Ray wasn't very good. 5 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, walked 1, struck out 4. But the 3 home runs, it's just not good enough, man. If you're trying to chase a team, going for a divisional spot, or heck, even chasing a wild card spot, allowing 3 home runs in 5 innings, it's just not good enough, right? Adam Simber went out there and he went an inning, allowed 2 hits, 1 run, and a strikeout. It was the RBI single from Christian Vasquez in the 6th. Trevor Richards went a clean inning of work, caught a couple strikeouts, no hits, no walks, so he did a great job. And then Jordan Romano went out there, guys, and allowed 2 hits. Both were long balls. As I mentioned earlier, though, the JD Martinez, I don't know how the heck the guy hit a home run out of that. But either way, got barreled the ball. I guess he didn't get the ball high enough on both JD and Hunter Renfroe because both guys went deep back-to-back against Jordan Romano. 1 inning, 2 hits, 2 runs, and a strikeout. And Tim Mayza went out there, 1 inning, 1 walk, and a strikeout in the top half of the 9th inning, I believe. So, Jays fans, my one question to you is this. How are you feeling now after this 2-game set against the Sox? You know, going into this series, you swept the living snot out of the Texas Rangers. You were 6 games over. You were 6 back of the Red Sox, about to play, you know, what we thought was going to be a 3-game series to get back into this race in the AL East. And you lose both. You're now 8 back of the Red Sox. And with Tampa winning today, I think you are, I could be wrong, but like 7 back of them for the first wild card spot. So in hindsight, if you're chasing anything, it's 1 wild card spot, and there's lots of teams fighting there with you. You got the Yankees. You got, I don't know how they did today, the Mariners, who are playing some pretty good baseball. They're all fighting for that spot, and the Jays, having just lost 2 to the Red Sox, it's kind of tough. Now, is the Jays' mindset of, hey, we're going back to Rogers Center soon? That might be in the back of their mind. And great tribute to Buffalo. It's been a ride over the last year and a bit, but I think we're all happy to leave there and get back to Toronto at some point. However, we talked about, you know, going into this series is probably the biggest series of the year, and you lose both. That kills you. It absolutely kills your team. You won those 2 games, the last game and this game. Not saying they were close and you should have won, but I'm saying if they did, you'd be 4 back of the Red Sox. We'd be talking completely different about this team. But instead, you're 8 back. And it really, really hurts. Now, moving on, because that's all we really can do at this point. The Jays have an off day tomorrow. They travel to New York. Well, they're already in New York. They're in Buffalo. But they travel to take on the New York Mets. All right, very interesting series. We're going to see Marcus Stroman for the first time since the trade last year, and there's been a lot of sourness between him and the Blue Jays, whether it be the brass, whether it be Randall Grichuk. He's not pitching in Game 1. I haven't looked at the rest of the series yet. But Game 1 is on Friday versus the Mets. It's a 7:10 first pitch at Citi Field. Hyun Jin Ryu gets the ball for the Blue Jays, and Tyler McGill, I think that's how you pronounce his name, is on the mound in Game 1 for the Mets. No matter what happened in this series against the Red Sox, there's literally nothing we can do about it now. All we can do at this point is turn our focus to the Mets on Friday, Ryu and Tyler McGill. All right, that's all we can do. I know Jays fans, we're upset, we're angry, because the pitching staff imploded in the last 2 days and last 2 games, and you've given up 7 runs and with 13 runs. If you're trying to make a playoff spot, you can't be doing that. You can't give up 20 runs in 2 games and expect to win and make the playoffs. It just can't happen that way. Pitching's got to be better if you want to take that next step and get into the playoffs. All right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and not the game today, smack the like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not. Hit the subscribe button if you have not done so already, guys. Twitter is down below for myself. Follow up, send me a DM, do all that great stuff. The Instagram link is down below, so follow up there if you have not done so already. And I will talk to you guys, Jay Citizen, as I mentioned, on Friday night, as the Jays take on the New York Mets in Game 1 of that 3-game set in New York, taking on the Mets. Hyun Jin Ryu gets the ball for the Blue Jays. Tyler McGill gets the ball for the Mets in Game 1. 7-10 first pitch there. No matter what happened in this series, got to bounce back on Friday, all right? So thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll talk to you guys then.